Tom, on this Arctic day that we're fishing on today, and you're sliding back these little roach and what have you nicely. The elastic we're using today is a MIDI reactor core.
It is
a 4 to 6. It's got a diameter of 1.3 millimeters, and this is a range of elastics. Now, obviously, reactor core means something, and I believe it means it's got a micro. Here we go. It says grey compound centre with nanocarbon black particles. I think there's a lot of this is a very technical sort of idea, but what's the reality of it is it is a hollow elastic, but it's a very small bore hollowness to it.
Yes, it is. That's the theory behind it.
Okay.
I've got to be honest, not just this elastic, but microbores generally, I don't tend to like them. I tend to like solid elastics in smaller sizes, hollow elastics, hybrid elastics in bigger sizes. I'll be surprised if this can change my mind, to be honest. I'm looking at it, I think it's a little bit, it says 4 to 6, it's definitely, I'd say it's more of a 6 to 8 feeling that.
The trouble is if you compare it to a 4 to 6 in a solid elastic, then they're two totally different animals, aren't they? It's nowhere near the same. So it's hard to gauge. So I find that with all elastics, actually, it's hard to gauge what thing. But basically, it's obviously. I think the trouble is we're on the back of sort of the introduction of hybrid elastics, which have become big in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, and this is another type of elastic, based on the whole hollow elastic revolution that we went through maybe, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago.
Yes.
So it's kind of, I think it's hard to bring something new like that and for people to get people on board with it, isn't it?
I'm going to be a little bit harsh here, mate. I just think if it was any good, it'd sell. Pit anglers buy into quality products, new or old, really. Like if somebody brought out, for example, look how long it took when Preston launched their hybrid elastics. They were really popular really quickly. Because cost had a lot to do with that. They were cheaper, weren't they, than the smallest fish in the lake here, I think.
You're doing well. I don't think the elastic will come into play on that one, Tom.
No, I can't blame the elastic for that either. The fish is too small.
So all right then. So let's just talk about the package that you get. These reactor cores, they're coming in. They're $15.99. Sorry, $14.99. £15 by a penny. So it's it's in line with a hydro elastic, a Daiwa hydro elastic. With this, you get 5 metre length. Yeah, so it's doing 2 top kits for $14.99, but there's a lot of elastics do that. And in all fairness, the like Preston Slip, they come in 5 metre lengths, and what's that, $2.99? So I suppose, I don't know. I'm very. I think you can't with elastics at the moment. I don't think there's any reinventing the wheel, is there?
I really struggle with it, Dave. I think.
Have you heard of anyone who's sort of raved about this sort of thing?
I've done features with people in the past who use microbore hollows, but they always have been working for companies who are obviously trying to promote them. I just find if you're going silverfish fishing, right, then you want, to me, a solid Preston slip elastic. I've not found anything better than that. This certainly isn't as good from what I'm seeing at the moment. I've had a little dabble on it earlier. It's nice enough, don't get me wrong, it's not. I'm not sat here thinking it's appalling and I'm losing loads of fish because of it, but it's just a little bit harsh for the mixed size hide that we're catching today.
I think when I sort of had a go with it, I was thinking it was more of an F1 elastic.
Yeah.
I can imagine using this, like say for spring F1 fishing, pellet fishing, maggots, things like that. But I don't think for what we're doing today, this is quite right. I think it's probably a bit on the heavy side, even in a 4 to 6. I don't know if the range goes lower.
Do you think maybe it's mislabelled? Do you think maybe if it says sort of 6 to 8 or 8 to 10, maybe, which would be more of an F1-y grade?
Yeah, I suppose it's one of those things, isn't it? Whether once you get into using a range of elastics, you then learn about them and what they're ideal for. But I just worry for it that on the shelf next to a hybrid elastic at £7 or £8 a pot, no matter whether it's longer or what, I just feel like the punter is gonna take the cheaper option.
Oh yeah,
because I think we've become
$2.99 for Preston Slip versus $14.99 for that. For your silverfish fishing, Now, one thing that I've heard about this is it's meant to slightly. Oh no, it's not slightly, but the fish is a very small roach again. But one sort of thing I did hear when a lot of microbores came out was that they could last better than standard sort of slip elastic. I haven't found that to be the case myself.
No.
In fact, I'll put a little macro shot on screen hopefully, but this, where it goes through the roller, it's already starting to flatten. It's not wearing yet, but you can see there that's flattening, look. Where it goes over the roller puller. They don't seem to last as well as, for example, a hybrid elastic might do.
I think I genuinely, and I don't know how wrong I am on this, but I just get the impression with our elastics now, every company's bringing out an elastic.
Yeah.
And I really don't think anything's really, since hybrid elastics, and I've not seen anything in this or any other elastic that's going to, I could use one of 2 or 3 different manufacturers at the moment.
Yeah.
And not feel like I was, you have your little favourites.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think I could use any one of 4 or 5 manufacturers' elastics at the moment and be absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think it's similar really. I use a lot of Preston elastic. I do use Daiwa Hydro elastic as well. I've messed about with Daiwa hybrid elastic as well, should I say. To be 100% honest, I've got nothing against MIDI or the company. They make some fantastic products, but I have got to say that specific product from all manufacturers, when I've seen it, like the microbore hollow elastics. I remember some years ago, a very well-known angler got quite into using these, and he was telling me he was having to change them in his top kit after every couple of matches. He loved them, but he was having to change them really regularly because they wore.
Right.
Not that particular product, to be clear,
Yeah.
but another microbore sort of small hollow elastic. So that's a slightly bigger fish in the loosest possible term.
Yeah, you're not throwing out the big ones yet.
Definitely not. But no, listen, we've caught a few fish on camera with it. We've bumped only the odd one. These are a small stamp, even for a 46 elastic. You'd expect a better stamp. Yeah. It's not horrendous, is it? It does a job.
Yeah, no, I think the trouble with it is neither of us are excited by it, Tom.
No.
And I don't know whether we and I don't think that would be any different for maybe different manufacturers as well. But I just feel like it's a product that's expensive enough to be to its detriment.
Well, one man who is excited about it, and one sort of shop who tell me, they are impressed by it generally, is Wickersley Angling. So We'll give a sort of fair bias review on this one. We're going to leave you with Vinny Lee from Wickersley Angling, giving you his take on this. He likes the stuff.
We were talking about elastics, and one that came to my attention this year was the MIDI Reactor Core elastic, and I put it in for some silverfish work at Allcroft. I used the 4 to 6, 0.1 bottom, practicing for silvers. I was getting carp out to 11 pound on it, and I had plenty of them, and I can't believe how good it is and how much we don't sell. It is a cracking elastic. Try it.